So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We're up and running then. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Morata. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today? Shot a goal! And that is wildly off target.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Pulisic. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cherki. Taken back almost at once. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Look at the space here. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
That is a great pick out. Johnson! Kamada. No goals as yet. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he's forced to go back. Zakaria. Antonio Silva cuts it out. And it's Morata. Johnson. And the pass is intercepted. Pulisic. Can he get on the end of this? The ball goes. Impressive jump! Goal! Nil! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Lille are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Cherki powering forward here. Cherki! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And it's in! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
Dembele! No messing about, just... And one more try! It's off target and by quite a way.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. He won't be happy with that one. Zakaria. Cherki. And it's Morata. Looking for the run. Now there's a fine ball. That's been drilled in. That has ended up in no man's land. Šeško. So what can they make of this? Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
That is good pressure. Just hounded him off it. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Not the most most convincing of passes. Waneri. Pulisic. Ederson. Cherki. Kamada. Cherki engages and forces him off the ball. Waneri. Now it's Dembele. Šeško touches it back.
Just too much pressure. Had to go that way.
Menu. Looking to play him in. Can he finish? Pulisic, who does have an assist to his name. Dembele.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
That's a very simple decision for the referee. And he has shown him a yellow card. Zakaria. And it's Wan-Bissaka. Zakaria. Morata. That's been cut out, well played. Kamada. And it's Kamada. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, I think keeping our neutral hats on, Peter, this is more than a decent game of football where we've seen plenty of creativity. Both sides really ought to be looking to up the urgency, though.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. Second period then underway. Tuanzebe. Brennan Johnson. It's Morata! Well, it was a nice setup, but not so good beyond that.
Morata really did pass up on a good opportunity then, but some of the build-up play was absolutely majestic.
Posh. Ederson does really well to win the ball there. Nicely weighted ball. He's having a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Alvarez. Brilliantly cut out. Cherki charging forward, the ball at his feet. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's found a way through. And that's a chance! Pulisic.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Well timed, excellent interception. Morata under intense pressure.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Šeško, given the lift of his goal. Well, that looks a decent ball. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Pinches it off him, and that interception was most necessary. Ball has bounced. Morata! Goal! Milan! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Lille really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Tries to pass it through. And that is a little undercooked. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Alvarez. And Gertrauda. Knocks it into space. And that is well cleared. It's gone out for a throw-in. Tries to play it through. This is Dembele. Decent chance!
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical. I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Alvarez. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Pulisic. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Oh, played through for the wide man. Orsolini. He's shifting through the gears here. He's in a great position here. Stood up well to him there. Expertly cut out. Really nicely done. Alvarez. This is a promising build-up. Marmoush goes for a shot! And he's stuck it away! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
Milan now in a position far more desirable.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that. Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Tuanzebe makes the interception. And it's Vargas. And there goes the final whistle. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win. welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff.
Greenwood really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And no, that was never going to make it.
So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, can I bring Ousmane Dembele to your attention? He's been described as a phenomenon and one of the very best. That's how...
And there's the shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Posh. And Hertrauda. Posh. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Can he get on the end of this? Engages and forces him off the ball. Kosunu. Now Pulisic. Passing is crisp and sharp. Quarter of an hour played. Zabarnyi. Nwaneri. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal.
Now that looks a decent ball. He's in a great position here.
And the shot! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead! Well, how's that for a class finish?
The first breakthrough.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Pulisic. Zakaria. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point.
And the score is 1-0. This is Dembele.
They're back in possession and ready to go again. Johnson. And it's Menu.
Lille really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Kosunu. Greenwood producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Lacroix calmly anticipates. Zakaria. Now, can they get him away? Ederson. Oh, he refuses to take the bait. And he's worked it through.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Pulisic cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly. Milan really should be happy to let this half run out now.
Cherki has given away a free kick.
And he has shown him a yellow card.
And that has left him in a heap. It's a really well-measured ball. Menu. Cherki. And it's Mainu. Brennan Johnson. Now Mainu. Cherki. Now Ederson. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. No, again, there's no way through. And it's Morata. Looking for the run. Šeško. Nicely weighted ball. And he's intervened well there. And this is Morata. Pulisic. Šeško. Ranieri. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Milan do have a chance to counter here. The referee says that is that for the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Okay, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Milan are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. Away we go again.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
Mainu. Knocks it into space. Nice interception, well timed. Dembele is always looking to break lines. Can he spark a counter here? Ederson. Turns back here, probably the best option. Zakaria. And here's Dembele. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. Now it's Pulisic. Can he get it through? There's the shot! Oh, denied! Brilliant!
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And it's Zakaria. Milan are still that goal to the good. Alvarez. He'll try from distance. That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
If you have that good a connection, you know where that's going to end up, Peter. I think he knew the moment he caught it.
Takes a shot! Goal! Milan! Into the lead once more. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Milan leading now. Šeško.
Lille really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And here's Dembele. And once more, he proves rigid and robust. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Chance here to counter. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Greenwood looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Oh, that was vital.
Greenwood really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Greenwood! That was superb goalkeeping.
Greenwood actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Zakaria. 75 minutes played. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
Lille really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Cherki. Ederson. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Menu. And Cherki. Another pass just keeps it ticking over, and he was alert to it. Plays a sharp little ball here. Chance! And a neat finish! And there's your hat-trick hero. He is simply indefatigable. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper...
And the finish! And that's in! And what a climax we have here! Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel. Lille give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot.
So we have movement on both benches. Oh, it's come loose.
Milan nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
That is good alertness. Looking for options for movement. Echeverri. Šeško constantly looking for the ball into the box. And that could set him on his way. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Marmoush. Now it's Vargas. Looking to play him in. Just the keeper in his way. Ah, that's a super piece of goalkeeping.
I just thought he showed a little...
That's that, the end. Milan can finally smile now. They have held on in a difficult watch for both sets of fans. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Begley.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So we're very much on the way now.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders, who need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
Yeah, he's offering an apology for that. He needed to deliver a better ball.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
This guy, Dembele, is one of the best dribblers around. When fit, he's electric. And that alone is enough to frighten some of the best defences. He really does have the ability to win games on his own with that terrific acceleration.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there.
Šeško.
Neither side especially adventurous early on.
Šeško! Can he finish?
Oh, it's come off the upright.
It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Cherki.
Morata.
Milan are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Now it's Greenwood. Cherki. Shoots!
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Just eases him off the ball. Greenwood. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is... He's having a pop! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Greenwood really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Nicely weighted ball. Now it's Menu.
Really didn't have enough to concern the defence.
Fofana spots it and intercepts. Now it's Morata. Sick chance! Again, a brilliant save.
Another cracking save from the keeper, Peter. He's playing a blinder.
Nice looking ball.
Nicely worked.
And that has been cleared. Johnson.
Lille definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
Entrauda. Šeško aims beyond the defence. Knocks it into space. This is Dembele.
It's Dembele! Superb from Dembele! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy!
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
Lille have taken the lead.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
It's an inviting looking ball, that. Johnson wins the duel this time. And it's Morata. Kamada. Waneri.
Milan certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Now it's Morata.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Pulisic.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Ederson. Cherki. Ederson. And Johnson. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Menu. Johnson is onto this. Goes for a shot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And here's Johnson. Good ball, good take. Oh, what a stop. Had to be at his very best. And the referee has blown for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Milan finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Morata! Wide, but only just.
Oh, he just got it ever so slightly wrong, Peter. There wasn't much in that at all.
Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Menu. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge.
Milan clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. Nicely aimed pass. Johnson. That's a nicely shaped ball. That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Engages and forces him off the ball. Greenwood under intense pressure.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
No, that's been intercepted. Lille are looking to break at pace. And it's Morata. That's been cut out, well played.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Cherki. So we've reached the hour mark. Šeško. Now it's Pulisic. So Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Now it's Greenwood. Johnson has the space to scheme.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Pass, shot and goal! It's in! And there's the goal they've been looking for.
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. So that's two now without reply.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
Looking for the run.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And that's left him on the seat of his pants. Alvarez tries to play it through. Could move up a gear here. Now it's Alvarez. And it's Dembele. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Just a quarter of an hour to play. It's a good spell of possession, this. This might spell danger. And the shot! And there's a goal! Back to within one! Interesting! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Milan cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
Oh, he's found support out wide. Marmoush. And the shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Oh, he's been caught napping. Ederson.
Milan really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
This is a promising build-up. Echeverri. Oh, important interception.
Lille nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Marmoush. That ball looks a good one. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Oh, can he get onto this? Adrian Benabe. Nice interception, well timed. Šeško. Alvarez. Now that looks a decent ball. Dembele wants to run onto this. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Now, what about a counter-attack? Adrian Benabe. Adrian Benabe. Marmoush. And that will be it. Milan were involved in a great game here, unpredictable in so many ways, but in the end they fell just short. Effort unrewarded. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constant.